And today I'm going to review Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. This book was adapted into the movie, which is very well known, and I watched the movie a number of times before reading this, and it is a short story like The Mist, which I read before this one. It's like shorter than The Mist as well. This is only 130, whereas that was about 180. Um, and probably everyone knows the story anyway, just about the guy who's sent to prison for murder, and then he finds, well, he seems to reform when he's in prison, and he meets this guy Red, and Red is an older guy who has been in the prison for a long time, and they form a friendship. Eventually, they're the only uh, to talk to each other. Like the murderer is the only one that he talks to, Red. Um, and yeah, it's short, and so I read half of it and then I listened to the audiobook for the other half, which was what I did for The Mist, I think, as well, for the most part. I think I listened to the audiobook too. And yeah, and then the whole thing is he eventually they eventually both get out by the end, and then it's the whole thing of being free, the feeling of being in there for so long and then being free, the feelings that it invokes in the two of them. Um, and it's how Red at the end, he has this letter that he's writing, and it describes how he feels when he gets out and when he eventually meets up with the murderer at the end, who's in um Andy DeFrance, that's his name, Andy. Um, he meets up with Andy at the end, and yeah, and Castle Rock. I think this is the first time Castle Rock's mentioned in one of the books, which is mentioned in a good lot of different stories, a lot of the novels. And yeah, this came out originally published in 1982, and the movie came out in 1994, with Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. So yeah, the movie's really good as well, and yeah, I like this book adaptation. They're both very similar to each other, and yeah, I would recommend people reading it if they've seen the movie and want to see how the book was adapted in the movie and stuff. I would recommend it, and yeah, it was just really like well done. The story was well done, and you can tell how closely adapted it was for the movie and all. Not much has changed from this to the movie. So yeah, it's just a short novella. It wouldn't take long to read. I read it in a few hours, so yeah, it's not a time consuming book, like, so I would recommend it. If you're into like Stephen King as well, then I would recommend it too. Yeah.